I had so much fun teaching this in person, I had to bring it to you online. It's the first time I've taught twisted flying splits, and it felt more accessible than side crawl. This is also the last class I taught before switching gyms, so this one is sentimental for me. In today's class, I'll show you just how challenging foundational yoga poses can be, and how those foundations are the building blocks for arm balances that only look complex. 3 sets of props for today's practice. The first will be yoga blocks. If you're at home, feel free to grab bigger books, something that will give you more height away from the ground. The next will be a yoga strap that you fold in half twice. Make sure it's shoulder width apart. If you're at home, feel free to grab a dish towel. And finally, you have a pillow or bolster, something that is shoulder distance and is flat enough for you to squeeze between your thigh and tricep. We're using this pillow towards the latter half of class, so start off by placing your pillow to the top edge of your mat. You'll set your strap in back of your pillow. Then grab both your blocks, place them to either side in the center of your space. You'll face the left side of your mat. Meet me lying down. Corpse pose Shavasana is where we meet. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Seal your lips. Take a deep breath in. Imprint your low back to the ground. Deep breath out. Pull in at your belly, ribs, and chest. Start to build on a 2-part inhale, followed by a 3-part exhale. Now, if your low back is sensitive, you can always bend your knees and plant your feet to the earth. Modified bridge pose. We'll take 1 round of collective breath. Deep breath in, filling up in your ribs and belly. Deep breath out, pull in at your belly, ribs, and chest. If you close your eyes, gently blink them open. Bend your knees into your chest. Lace your fingers to your shins. Rock from side to side, ball pose. Point and flex your toes. Can you start to reach your head towards your knees, getting nice and compact? Top of your next inhale, recline tabletop. 90-degree bend to your legs, hands press against your thighs. Hold here. A deep breath in through your nose, filling up in your ribs and belly. Now deep breath out, find stillness with your toes. Hover your arms by your sides. Go ahead and wobble your limbs up and down. Maybe you start to straighten your legs to the ceiling any amount, keeping your low back imprinted to the ground. Low belly is strong. Back of your core fires up. Option to hover your heels closer to the earth. If your neck is sensitive, you can always bend your elbows, hands to the back of your head. Keep your face soft. Zip your ribs in. Beautiful job. You can breathe in through your nose. If you want to release heat, you can always take an open mouth exhale. We're here for 7. Last 6. Final 5. Good old bird. Here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Touchdown with your heels, hook your thumbs. Big morning stretch. Now as you exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Lace your fingers to your shin and draw circles. Keep feeling a nice massage to your low back. Open up in your right hip. Here for an inhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Flex all 10 toes towards your face. As you exhale, left hand to right knee, supine twist. Maybe your right leg lands on your block for support. Start off by finding a 90-degree bend to your right elbow. Make sure both of your shoulders stay grounded. Option right here to look towards your right arm. And maybe you start to straighten your right leg any amount. Deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Inhale, roll flat onto your back, hug your knees back in. We find our ball pose again. Get nice and compact. Can you draw your forehead closer to your knees? As you exhale, a 90-degree bend to your legs again. Circle out your ankles. Plug your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your back grounded to the earth. On your next exhale, hover your arms by your sides. Go ahead and wobble out your limbs again. Strong in your stretch pose. And can you start to straighten your legs towards the ceiling any amount? Always an option to lace the fingers to the back of your head. Keeping a bend to your knees is welcome. Maybe hover your heels closer to the earth. Deep breath in through your nose. Knit your ribs in. A deep breath out of your mouth. Here for 7. Last 6. Final 5. Good old burn. Here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels touch down, hook your thumbs. Inhale. Big morning stretch. Exhale, bend your left knee into your chest. Fingers to your right leg and draw circles. Stay active in all 10 of your toes. Here for an inhale, hug your left knee into your shoulder. Exhale, full circle in our supine twist. You can keep your eyes looking up or maybe over towards your left shoulder. Option to straighten your left arm and leg, any amount. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, roll flat onto your back. Cross one ankle over the other. Rock and roll the length of your spine. If your low back is sensitive, you can always roll over onto one side of your space, finding fetal posture first. We meet in boat pose. Hands underneath your knees. Bring your right ankle underneath your left. Can you high five your hands? Lace your fingers, index finger and thumbs go long. Deep breath in. Maybe lean your legs and shoulders closer to the ground. Deep breath out. Twist to your right hand side. Right heel touches down. Inhale brings you to the center. And exhale. Strong in your twists. Last one on this side. Exhale and inhale. Hands underneath your thighs. Switch it out. Left ankle underneath. Deep breath in. Can you lean closer to the ground? Can keep a bend to your knees. Make sure your low back feels safe. Exhale. Twist to your left hand side. Notice this range of motion compared with the first side. 2 more counts. Exhale. Twist to your left hand side. And inhale. Last count, exhale, twist, left heel touches down, and inhale. From here, cross at your ankles, easy seat. Press your hands to the ground. Let's meet in a tabletop pose. Start off by grounding down in your index finger and thumbs. Back is flat. Deep breath in. Draw circles with your torso in one direction. And then a circle in the opposite direction. You can keep a slight bend to your elbows. Bring it all the way back to the center. Stack your knees underneath your hips. Curl onto your toes. Float your knees. Bear pose. Keep pressing the earth away from you. Eyes are looking towards your strap. On your next inhale, scoop your belly to the earth. Heart and head look forward. Floating cow pose. Low belly and thighs are strong. Deep breath out. Keep your knees hovering. Find your floating cat pose. Arch your back up to the ceiling. Beautiful job. Hold right here. Shake your head. Nod your head. One more deep breath in. Now look towards your fingers. Exhale. Send your hips up and back into downward dog, making a strong triangle shape. Pedal out one leg and then the other. As you press the earth away from you with your hands, feel that strong strength and energy travel from your hands all the way up to your arms and shoulders. Find stillness with your legs. Deep breath in. Rock forward, high plank pose. Top of a push-up, option to widen your stance. Holding the pose, not the breath. Building core strength. Building bone density. Deep breath in through your nose, filling up in your ribs and belly. Deep breath out, pull in at your belly, ribs, and chest. Top of your next inhale, rock forward on your tiptoes. Exhale, lower onto your knees. Point your toes towards your back. Bend your elbows lower all the way down to 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows. Stack one hand on top of another. Head touches down on your hands. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Now bring yourself all the way back to the center. Lift your head and chest. Tap your toes down. Both hands grab your strap. Let's inhale. Hover our arms away from our pillow. Can you hover your legs? And building on grip strength, firing up in your forearms. If your shoulders feel like they're shrugging up, always an option to find a bend to your elbows. Paddle your feet up and down. Eyes are looking towards your pillow, keeping your neck long. Deep breath in through your nose, maybe out of your mouth. Now pause here. Can you press your hip bones closer to the ground? Zip your belly button in and up. Here for an inhale, get long. Hands reach forward, toes to the back. Exhale, go ahead and cactus out your elbows towards your ribs. Find a nice straddle to your feet. 2 more counts. Locust extensions. Inhale, get long. And exhale, expand. Big back muscles fire up. Last count. Inhale, get nice and long. And exhale. Bend your elbows in close to your ribs. Rock from side to side. Feel this nice massage to your belly and hips for 3, 2, 1. Top of your next inhale, set your strap down. Hands underneath your shoulders, toes tap to your mat. Inhale, I want you to cone onto your fingertips. Keep your elbows close to your ribs. Baby cobra pose. And exhale, touch all the way down. This time, high five both your hands flat to the mat. Inhale, find a high cobra pose. Maybe float your shins and hips for upward facing dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into downward dog again. Pedaling out one leg and the other. Inhale. Big bend to both of your knees. Keep your eyes looking towards your feet. Exhale, walk your hands to meet your feet. Ragdoll pose. Hands come to opposite elbows. Keeping a bend to your knees, sway from side to side. Feel a release to your low back. Fire up in your legs and glutes. Can you draw your head closer to your knees? Top of your next inhale, bring it back to the center. Flip your palms to face the front. Press the backs of your hands against your knees or shins. Halfway lift. Keeping your back flat. Exhale. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Thumbs to your hips. Bend your knees. Lift your head and chest. Finding chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Can you stack your knees over your heels? Maybe play around with lifting and lowering your toes. Eyes look forward. Inhale. Sweep your arms forward. Hands come into fists and draw circles. Feel a nice stretch after your high plank, after your locust where you were pulling your strap. Here for an inhale. Thumbs up high. Squeeze your fingers into your palms. Can you keep all 10 of your toes lifted and spread? Exhale, ski your arms to the back, rock onto your toes, lift your heels. One more count to inhale, heels down, toes up. Can you squat closer to the ground, keeping your back nice and flat? Exhale, ski your arms to the back, rock onto your toes. Flip your palms to face the ceiling, pulses up and down. Here for 3, 2, 1. Find stillness with your arms. Step your left foot to the center of your mat, heels touch down. Grab your block on the right side of your mat. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, right foot steps in back of your right. Find a crescent moon side body stretch. Focus on pressing both of your hands into your block. Option right here to bend your elbows. Bring your block to the back of your head. Deep breath in and out. Top of your next inhale, sweep your arms up high. Step your right foot back, followed by your left. Now we face the front of our mat again. Inhale, go ahead and trace your right leg up your left. Flamingo pose. Pause right here. You can keep a soft bend to your left knee. Focus your gaze at an unmoving point in front of you. Can you free your right foot from your left? Circle out your right foot. From here, flex your right toes up high. Deep breath in. Draw a circle with your right knee out and bring it all the way back to the center. And reverse it. Knee draws down, up, and back to the center. From here, dip your right knee out. Right hip is open. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Figure 4 chair pose. Crush your block in line with your chest. Make sure you can see your left toes. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out of your mouth. Here for an inhale, reach your block up overhead. Challenge your balance. And exhale. Top of your next inhale, unwind your right leg from your left. Arms reach up. Keep crushing your block with your hands. Always an option to tap your right toes down. On your next exhale, hinge at your hip. We find a warrior 3. Make a strong T shape. Arms reach forward, right leg to the back. Now you're standing on your left leg. Feel free to keep a soft bend to your left knee. Can you pulse your arms and right leg here for 3, 2, 1. With control, set your block down, center of your mat on its medium height. Bend your right knee to your left calf, Shiva squat. Look forward, walk your hands on your fingertips or palms to the top edge of your space. Once you've landed, inhale. Sweep your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Press the earth away from you evenly with both of your hands. Now with your right leg lifted, feel the space in your low back. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Back into our symmetrical downward dog. Sending your hips up and back, deep breath in through your nose. Now look forward. Walk your left hand to the center of your mat. Let's find a side plank pose. Make sure your left shoulder is in back of your wrist. Head is out of your left shoulder. Always an option to bend your left knee down for support. Feel free to stagger your feet if your legs are straight. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out. Maybe you start to bend your right knee and slide your foot up your opposite leg. Side plank tree pose. Deep breath in through your nose. Now deep breath out. Maybe step your right foot to the center of your mat. Press your hips up. We are finding circles with our top arm. Wild thing. It is a mix of side plank and a back bend. On your next inhale, look towards your left hand. Exhale, both of your hands touch down, high plank pose. Make sure your block is still in the center of your mat. Inhale, rock forward on your toes. Exhale, bend your elbows and rest on your block. Half push up. Inhale, knock your block over. Find a supported upward facing dog opening up your chest. And exhale. Send your hips up and back into downward dog again. From here, right hand grabs your block, set it off to the right side of your mat. Hop your feet to meet your hands. Always an option to walk your feet forward as well. That soundless landing is key. Now we take a seat. Let's revisit our twisted boat pose. Hands to the backs of your thighs, lean back. Strong diagonal line from your shoulders to hips. Lace your fingers together. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Crunch to your right hand side. This time left foot touches down. Inhale, bring it to the center, and exhale. This time hold, pulse here for 3, 2, 1. From here, keep a bend to your right knee. Inhale, left arm reaches over, forearm meets opposite shin. As you're holding your Lord of the Fishes pose, always an option to bring your left elbow to your right thigh. Breathe in, grow tall. Breathe out, look over your right shoulder. Switching directions on our mat. Plant both of your hands down. Stepping your feet back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, big bend to your knees. Keep your eyes looking to the back. Exhale, hands walk to meet your feet. Ragdoll pose, second time around. Hands come to opposite elbows, sway. If you want to play around with balance, lift and lower your toes and heels. Priority right here is to keep at least a soft bend to your knees. Feel more space in your low back. Inhale brings you all the way back to the center. Pause. Can you fight gravity and plug your shoulders away from your ears? Hands release from elbows. Press the backs of your hands against your knees or shins. Halfway lift. Hold for your exhale. Keep your back flat. Inhale. Thumbs hug to your hips. Bend your knees. Lift your head and chest for chair pose. Lift and lower your toes. More weight to your heels. Sweep your arms forward. Feel this nice stretch to your hands and forearms. Take a deep breath in. Thumbs reach up high. Lift and spread your toes. Deep breath out. Ski your arms to the back. Rock onto your toes. Awkward chair. One more full round. Inhale. Heels down, toes up, finding your chair. Can you squat your hips closer to the ground? And make sure again you can see your toes. Exhale. Ski your arms to the back. Rock onto your toes. Flip your palms to face the ceiling. Find pulses. Shoulder blades drawing together for 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful job. Inhale. Left hand grabs the block on the left-hand side of your space. Go ahead and step to face the center of your mat. Arms reach up high. You can step your left foot in back of your right. Pressing both of your palms into your block. Feel this nice side body release. Same option to bend your elbows. Block to the back of your head. Can you draw your elbows closer to the wall in back of you? Top of your next inhale, arms reach up. Step back to the left side of your mat. Focus your gaze forward. Start to slide your left foot up your right, finding your flamingo pose. Face stays soft. Can you press your hands even more into your block? As you exhale, one-legged mountain, circle out your left toes. Soft bend is welcome to your standing knee, keeping your back flat. So shoulders are stacked over your hips. On your next inhale, flex your left toes up high. Draw a circle with your left knee out, down, back up to first position. Reverse your circle, down, whoops, it's going to be, yes, down, out, and all the way back up. Beautiful. Can you land your left knee in line with your hip? Inhale, open your left knee out. Exhale, Cross your ankle over your right thigh, figure 4 chair. Crush your block in line with your chest. Point and flex your left toes. Make sure you can see your right toes. Inhale, arms reach up, challenging your balance. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, straightening out your right leg, embrace the shake. As you exhale, launch your left leg to the back. Arms start off by reaching up. Now hinge at your hips for warrior 3. Pulse out your arms. Can you pulse out your left leg? Deep breath in and out. Find stillness. Find more of a bend to your right knee. Set your block down, center of your mat. Left knee crunches to right calf, Shiva squat. Maybe tap your left toes down. We look forward, crawl forward on your fingertips or palms, back to down dog stance. Once I've landed, I press my palms to the ground and inhale, straighten my left leg up and back, down dog splits. Can I press the ground away evenly with both of my hands? Shoulders and hips are in one line. So I want to make sure I'm not leaning more towards one side or the other with my shoulders. As you exhale, step your left foot to meet your right. Again, we feel more space in our low back with down dog as we send our hips up and back. Inhale, keep your hips lifted and look forward. This time, right hand walks to the center of your mat. Find your side plank pose. How different does this side feel from the other? You can always stagger your feet. You can always lower your right knee down. Strong diagonal shape. Again, we keep our head out of our right shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend your left knee. Maybe slide your foot up your opposite leg for tree pose. Option right here to step your left foot to the ground, press your hips up, and circle out your top arm for Wild Thing. Glutes are engaged in your back bend. And as you're drawing circles with your left arm, can you feel more space in your chest? Beautiful job. Top of your next inhale, look towards your right hand. Exhale. Both hands and feet touch down. Nice and even in high plank pose. Hinge forward on your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your elbows, half push up. Find your block for support. Make sure your hips and shoulders are in one line. Inhale, knock your block over. Supported upward facing dog. And exhale, curl onto your toes. We send our hips up and back into down dog again. Take a beat right here to feel symmetry in your legs and your arms. Now when you're ready, go ahead and grab your block. Set it off to the side of your mat again. Look towards your fingers. Bend your knees. Your legs are like a spring. Hop or gently step with a soundless landing onto your sit bones. Back into your twisted boat pose. Hands to the backs of your thighs. Inhale. Hover your shoulders closer to the ground. Lace your fingers together. Exhale. Twist to your left hand side. Touch down with your right leg. Inhale brings you all the way to the center. And exhale. Pause right here. Find pulses with your left side for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Keep a bend to your left knee. My right forearm hugs my opposite shin, and I'm looking over for a twist. Deep breath in, grow tall. Deep breath out. Look over your left shoulder. Now, can we stay active in our right foot? So flex your toes towards your face. At this point, maybe bring your right elbow to your left thigh. One more deep breath in and out. Beautiful job. Flip over to face the opposite side again. Hands high five the mat. Sending our hips up and back into downward dog again. Deep breath in through your nose. Look to your right hand side. Grab the block with your right hand. Place it in the center of your mat on its highest height. So make sure your block is closer to your hips than it is your hands. Option to walk your big toes together to touch. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, arch your back up to the ceiling. See how high you can hover your foot away from your block. 3 more counts. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, back into tiger crunch. This time find a hip opener. Send your right knee to your right shoulder. Halfway there. Inhale, right leg up and back. Keep both hands pressing evenly to the ground. Exhale, crunch, knee to chest. This time find a twist, knee to left shoulder. Final one. Inhale, right leg up and back, down dog splits. And exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Arch your back up higher to the ceiling. Now look forward and step your right foot forward. Place your left fingertips in one line with your right toes. Inhale, right arm reaches forward and up, easy twist. Keep your head out of your left shoulder. Can you start to bend your top elbow? Exhale, elbow draws closer to the ground. Inhale, elbow up. Eyes can follow the movement of your elbow. Maybe you start to TP onto your left fingertips. Final round, exhale, right elbow towards the ground, and inhale, open up. Beautiful job. Inhale, look forward, right hand grabs your strap, pass it into your left. Arms reach up and back, crescent warrior. Pull your strap apart with both of your hands, circle out your arms. Lift and lower your right toes. Bring more weight to your right heel. Grow tall. Can your hands reach higher up to the ceiling? Deep breath in through your nose. Pause right here. Reach your arms up and back. Now as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Lightning pose. Pulses up and down. Hovering your torso away from your right thigh. Low belly is strong. Inhale. Reach your arms up and back again, pulling your strap apart. Strong in your crescent warrior, you're welcome to keep a bend to your elbows. Exhale, hinge forward, pulse your arms up and down. Relax in your face, you're here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms reach up and back. This time, point your left toes to a diagonal. Heel touches down. Straighten out your front leg, extended pyramid. From here, rebend your front knee, warrior 1. Left hand releases from your strap. Hands connect to the back. Inhale, puff your chest up, look up. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Rest your right shoulder on your thigh. Humble warrior. Maybe start to send your arms closer to the front. You can sway your arms from side to side. Nod and shake your head. As you breathe into the pose, maybe start to dip your right shoulder to the inside of your knee. Maybe wrap your strap over your knuckles, feeling more heat in your hands. Fight gravity, plug your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Inhale, look forward, lift your torso halfway. Unwind your strap if you took the bind. Left hand releases your strap. Right hand sets your prop just in back of your pillow. Now knock your block over, lower onto your left knee. Hands to the inside of your right foot, heel toe, your right toes out to a diagonal. Lizard lunge. You can bring your block parallel with the top of your mat. Rock forwards and backwards. And as you rock to the back, maybe start to straighten your right leg any amount for a modified half split. Feeling more openness to our right hip and thigh. Staying active in your toes and heels. As you rock back, can you lift your right toes forward, lifting your right heel? At this point, maybe you start to lower your left forearm onto the block or the ground. Play around with your range of motion. Eyes are looking up to the top edge of your space. And maybe both forearms touch down. Here for an inhale, tap your right foot down. Just flex your toes away from the ground. Right hand meets your knee. Can you dip your knee out? Maybe start to curl onto your back toes, walking your left foot closer to the back. Can our hips draw closer to the ground? Find a twist. Look towards your right hand. Option right here to lift and lower your back toes. Maybe hand and foot touch. Maybe they just reach towards each other. Deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Beautiful job. Keep your face relaxed. Right hand meets to the front. Left hand touches down. Heel toe your right foot in. So now your toes are pointed forward. Slide your block long ways in line with your right foot. TP onto your fingers, curl onto your back toes, deep breath in. Now deep breath out. You can keep your hands to the ground, maybe hands to our feet or hands to our hips. Step your left foot to meet your right. We rise in chair pose. Pause right here. Can you squeeze the insides of your feet against your block? At the same time, can you keep your knees stacked over your heels? A deep breath in through your nose. Focus on a nice flat back. We've been here before for chair. Now deep breath out of your mouth. Hook your right thumb to your hip. Reach your left arm forward. We start to bring our hips closer to the ground. Bend your left elbow. Left elbow meets your right thigh. Twisted chair pose. Maybe palms touch. Strong, flat line from your head down to your hips. Can you spin your heart closer to your thumbs? Look down at your feet. Make sure your knees are still stacked over your heels. From here, option to ball your left hand into a fist. You can wrap your right palm on top. Deep breath in through your nose. And deep breath out. Plug your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in through your nose. Look down towards your feet. TP your fingers down. Step your left leg to the back. Left hand touches down to the mat. Right hand on your block. From here, press into your uneven surfaces. Hands are strong. Step your right leg back to meet your left. Asymmetrical plank. Taking some inventory. How does it feel with both of your hands on uneven surfaces? As best as you can, keep the integrity of your traditional plank. Can both shoulders stay in one line? Soft bend is welcome to your elbows. Now, if this feels weird for your shoulders, feel free to slide your block out from underneath your right hand and find your traditional plank. Otherwise, we're going to find a vinyasa. So inhale, rock forward on your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower half or all the way. Inhale, heart opens towards the front. Maybe find a cobra or lift your shins for upward dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into downward dog. Take a beat to bend one knee and the other in your asymmetrical down dog. Notice the difference that having a block underneath your right hand has. Let's meet in stillness in down dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, crunch. Knee to right shoulder. Look forward. Strong in your tiger crunch. One more count. Inhale, lifts your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, crunch. Knee to right shoulder. Look forward and step your right foot to the inside of your block. Lower onto your back knee. Inhale, look towards your right hand side. Reach your left arm up and back. Start off by pressing your hips forward and start to rotate your chest closer to your right hip. Exhale, bend your left elbow. Elbow meets opposite thigh. Twisted lunge. Palms can touch. And from here, same option to ball my left hand into a fist and wrap my right palm on top. Can I bring my chest closer to my thumbs? Maybe I curl onto my back toes, finding a more active lunge. Deep breath in through your nose. Deep breath out to release. Beautiful job. Inhale, look down towards your right foot. Make sure you can see your toes. From here, free your right hand. Untuck your left elbow. Right hand on your block, left hand to the ground. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Flush out your right side. Make sure both of your hands still press evenly to the ground. Now exhale, go ahead and straighten out your right leg, downward dog. Look towards your fingers, left hand comes to the top edge of your mat. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down to the ground. One more inhale, rock forward for side plank. Keep your head out of your left shoulder. Exhale, right hand to your block, left hand to the ground. Notice if this asymmetrical plank is still serving you. Do you still feel strong? If it's a lot for the shoulders, you can always slide the block out. Inhale, glide forward. Shoulders in front of your wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows lower half or all the way. Breathe in, finding your cobra, or lift your shins, finding an up dog. And then exhale. Send your hips up and back into down dog. Keep pressing your hands evenly into their surfaces. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, crunch, knee to left shoulder, look forward. One more count. Inhale, left leg up and back, down dog splits. And exhale, crunch, look forward, step your left foot forward. Left hand grabs your strap, pass it into your right hand. Point your toes out. Knees track over your toes. Arms reach up. Circle out with your hips. Circle out with your arms. Play around with lifting and lowering your toes. Top of your next inhale, dip your arms towards your left leg. Exhale, draw the bottom of your circle and inhale. Finish up your circle. Finding these nice orbits in your horse squat. Make sure your toes aren't stiff. So play around with lifting and lowering your toes. Every time as you lift up, feel yourself grow tall. Every time as you fold, feel more space in your low back. Now at this point, you're welcome to wrap your strap over your knuckles, hands to the back of your head. Notice what this does for your range of motion. One more count, finding your full circle. Top of your next inhale, unwind the bind. If you took it, hands reach straight up, straighten out your legs. Star pose, point your toes forward. Feet are in an 11 shape. Bend your left knee. Both hands set the strap down in front of your pillow. Pivot to face the front, finding your lunge. Look forward. TP your fingers to the ground or hover your hands. Big step forward. Right foot meets your left. Point your toes out, finding that diagonal. We meet in a yogi squat. I bring my elbows to the insides of my knees, and I think of it as drawing my elbows closer to my ankles. From here, we're going to play around with crow pose. So, option 1, maybe you bring both blocks underneath your hands, finding more height. I build a shelf with my arms against my legs. My eyes look forward. I think back to my tiger crunch. I want to round in my back right here to make sure I have that strong compression strength in my core. So I look forward. How close can my elbows get to my ankles? From here, I start to lift my heels, and I find this strong shelf with my arms against my legs. Maybe I lift one set of toes followed by the other. What's important is that we keep the strong rounding to our back and eyes look forward. Whether or not your toes lift, totally irrelevant. If you'd like to play, the option will look as such. I always like to start off by pointing my toes. Maybe I lift my other set of toes, point and flex all 10 of my toes. Beautiful job. Keep breathing right here. Soft landing with your feet against the ground. That was option 1. Option 2, let's bring one block between our heels in our yogi squat. Hands touch down. I step my big toes together to touch on my block and send my knees out wide, finding more opening to my hips. Same setup, I walk my hands closer to my hips. I make sure my eyes look forward. I have the strong rounding in my back. How close can my elbows get to my ankles? Maybe I play around with lifting and rocking my weight forward, keeping my eyes looking forward. Play around with lifting and lowering your toes away from your block. Deep breath in through your nose and out. Beautiful job. With control, lower your feet back down, hands touch down. Now step your feet off your block. We meet back in yogi squat. Let's go ahead and reset our legs. So I exhale, lift my hips, finding a forward fold ragdoll, and inhale. Take one more count to maybe do this hands-free. Exhale, lifting your hips up and forward. Eyes look to the back. And go ahead and inhale. Let's try no props right here. Same setup. Hands walk closer to my hips. My eyes look forward. I find that strong rounding in my back. I start off by lifting my hips to start off. And then I lift my heels. Maybe I alternate lifting one foot and then the other, pointing my toes. Maybe I take flight with both of my feet. My arms are strong, holding against my shins, but most of the lift comes from my low belly. Deep breath in and out. Lower down with control. A final option for crow pose. Grab your pillow now, and this is going to be an extra challenge, especially if you have slippery pants. I start off by walking my feet in closer. Feet are hip-width distance. And I hug my pillow between my torso and thighs. Hands touch down against the earth and pause. Notice where your shelf wants to meet. So as we add the pillow into our thighs and ribs, as we find this hug, we are finding more low belly engagement. Notice where your knees want to land. Can you start to walk your hands in front of your knees? I start off by lifting my heels. Eyes look forward, back stays rounded. Play around with lifting one set of toes and then the other. Nice and strong in the low belly. Maybe you lift one set of toes, followed by the other. Deep breath in Deep breath out. With control, we lower all the way back down. Grab your pillow and set it in front of your strap. From here, walk your feet out wider. Find mat with distance, toes point out. We'll find a squat waddle towards the back edge of our space. So lift your heels. Gauge how this feels. Can you lift one foot and then the other? Now you can do this hands-free. Maybe hands gently guide the ground in front of you. Once you've made it to the back edge of your space, high-five your hands to the ground. Walk your hands all the way back forward. We find down dog. Option to bring your big toes together to touch. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, knee to right shoulder. One more tiger crunch. Inhale, right leg up and back. And exhale. Look forward, step your right foot forward. TP onto your fingers, or maybe do this hands-free. Step your left foot to meet your right. Chair pose. Take a deep breath in. Can you send your hips closer to the ground? Make sure you can see your toes. Deep breath out. Hook your right thumb to your hip. Find a twisted chair again. Palms can touch at heart center. Head draws forward. Look down. Make sure your knees aren't knocking together. Now from here, play around with lifting and lowering your left heel. And feel more weight and strength in your right leg. Can you step your left foot back, finding a lunge twist? Same option to ball your left hand into a fist, wrapping your right palm on top. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Beautiful job. Look down at your right foot. Unwind your bind. Go ahead and lift your right toes. Pivot to the left side of your space. Feel this nice flush to your right leg. Pivot to the opposite end, finding a low lunge again. Back heel stays lifted. Press both your hands to the ground. Inhale. Sweep your left leg up and back. Down dog splits. Now exhale. Step your left foot to meet your right. Down dog. From here, go ahead and bend your knees out in opposite directions. Look towards your fingers. As you exhale, gently hop or step your feet to meet your hands. That soundless landing is key. Go ahead and have a seat. Bottoms of your feet touch. We'll find a butterfly pose. A deep breath in, grow tall. Deep breath out, plug your shoulders down and back. Like you're closing a big book, hands to the outsides of your knees. Knees come together to touch. Extend your left arm long. Roll over, belly down. We face the opposite end. Cone onto your fingertips. Elbows stay close to your ribs. Inhale, lift your torso. And exhale, lower back down. Hands high five to the mat. Inhale, find a cobra. Option to find more of a back bend in your upward dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into down dog again. Inhale, right leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, crunch, knee to right shoulder. Look forward and step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee down. And this time in our lunge, I want you to find 90 degrees with your legs. Grab both of your blocks, slide them to the outside of your right leg. Inhale, grab your pillow, and exhale. Rest it against your thighs, triceps touch down. From here, let's go ahead and find our twist. Triceps meet the side of our right leg. Pause right here. Here's a great place to stay, especially if you are playing around with range of motion. Can you start to bring your fingertips, maybe even palms, onto the blocks? Notice how your back leg can affect your twist. Maybe you want to walk your left knee closer to the front of your mat. Pause. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Now, a little bit of asymmetry is natural right here. So if my left hand is lifted, totally natural. From here, can I keep my triceps nice and stable, squeezing the pillow against my right thigh? My hands pressed down. Can I start to lift my back knee? Here's a great place to stay in your twist. Eyes look in front of your blocks. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Lower your back knee to the ground. Now remove your pillow. So similar to our crow pose, what the pillow did right here was give us more of a test for our twist and our low belly strength. This time around, no pillow. Can you bring your left tricep to your left thigh? Make sure it's elbow to muscle rather than elbow to knee. Protect your joints. From here, I play around with finding asymmetry again. So it's more likely than not that my left tricep is pressing to the outside of my thigh. Maybe my right tricep is just hanging out. No bind right here. So you see my left elbow is tucked against my right thigh. When my hands come onto blocks, my right elbow is free. Now, we'll start to play around with balance. Can you start to wiggle walk your right foot closer to the left? Maybe start to lift your back knee, and as you hinge forward, now you have this shelf with both of your triceps to your right thigh. Can you lift your front foot? Maybe even lift your back leg. Beautiful. Keep your face soft. Deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Beautiful. I always like playing around with this balance, seeing my feet draw on opposite ends. When you are ready, gently lower all the way back down. Another option is to play with this balance with no blocks. Set your blocks off to one side of your space. We find our 90-90 again with both of our knees. I find my twist. Left elbow meets my right thigh. Hands walk forward, further away. And as I start to lean forward and find my shelf, just like in crow pose, maybe I start to lift my front foot. Maybe I start to lift my back foot. Deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. I always like to keep a bend to my knees, play around with straightening one leg and the other. When you are ready, find a gentle landing against the earth. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hands touch down. Sweep your right leg out to the side. Sit down for a stretch. Tripod child's pose. High five your hands. Bend your elbows, thumbs to the back of your neck. Feel this nice stretch to your triceps. Take a deep breath in. Lift and spread your right toes. Deep breath out. Toes touch down. Lift your right heel. Extend your arms long. High five your hands to the ground. Let's meet in a yogi squat. Toes out, heels in. Maybe bring feet to hip width distance. So we've already done our peak pose. Now it's time for another fun challenge before we switch sides. Can you reach your arms forward? Start to lift your heels. Nice and steady landing with your toes. Find a squat waddle towards your props. So if this is a lot to do it hands-free, feel free to just stand up. We're going to go ahead and grab our props, stacking our pillow on the bottom, blocks on top, and lastly, strap follows. Can you face the opposite end of your space? Go ahead and waddle And place your props to the opposite end. So I start off by setting my strap down, top edge of my space. Maybe the buckle end comes to my left hand. Blocks to either side of my mat, medium height, and pillow in back of my strap. Once you're all set, let's meet back in downward dog. Maybe walk your big toes together to feel more heat in your inner thighs. Now look to your left-hand side. Grab your block, place it on its highest height, center of your mat. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Pause right here. Press down evenly with both of your hands. Down dog splits. Now exhale, crunch. Knee to nose. How high can you hover your left foot away from your block? 3 more counts. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, crunch. Knee to chest. Send your knee to your left shoulder. Find openness to your hip. Halfway there. Inhale, left leg sweeps up and back. Exhale, crunch. Knee to chest. Find a twist. Send your left knee to your right shoulder. 1 more count. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, crunch. Knee to chest. Look forward and step your left foot forward. Make sure you can see your right foot in back of your block. Inhale, sweep your left arm up high. Easy twist. Bend your left elbow, hand to your head. Exhale, look down, elbow faces down. Breathing in, finding an opening with your chest. Keep your head out of your right shoulder. And exhale. Last one, maybe TP onto your right fingertips. Inhale, looking up overhead. And exhale. Top of your next inhale, left hand grabs your strap, pass it into your right. Grow tall for your crescent warrior. So if this is a lot for your legs, you can always feel free to point your right toes out for warrior 1. Draw circles right here, circling out your arms. Can you pull your strap apart even more with your hands? Work on your grip strength. Top of your next inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Grow tall. Exhale, hinge at your hips, lightning bolt pose. Pulses up and down. Maybe you keep a bend to your elbows. Make sure your shoulders are out of your ears. Inhale, sweeps your arms up and back. And exhale, find your pulse. Can you pull your strap apart even more? For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms reach up and back. If you're not there already, point your right toes out to a diagonal, warrior 1. This time, right hand releases from your strap, hands connect at the back. Take a deep breath in, puff your chest up. Can you bring the strap higher up to the ceiling? And exhale. Hinge at your hips. Left shoulder rests on your thigh. Maybe shoulder to the inside of your knee. Humble warrior, sway your arms, shake your head. Maybe even wrap your strap over your knuckles. A deep breath in through your nose. Plug your shoulders away from your ears. Then deep breath out to release. Inhale, look towards your pillow. Unwind your bind if you took it. Left hand sets your strap down at the top edge of your space. Knock your block over. Lower onto your right knee. We find a lizard lunge. Pivoting your left toes out to a diagonal. Hands can rest on your block. Stay active in your left foot. You just want to make sure our toes are not stiff right here as we find openness in our left side. And the more you breathe into your posture, maybe you start to sit down into a half monkey and then rock back forward, finding a lizard. At this point, maybe you start to lower onto your right forearm. You can start to bring your left hand to your thigh, dipping your knee out. Pause right here. Can you keep your eyes looking forward? Option to curl onto your right toes, sending your right knee closer to the back. From here, you can reach your left arm up overhead. Play around with lifting and lowering your back toes. And maybe hands touch your back foot. Feel this nice stretch to your right thigh. If you took your hand to foot bind, gently release. Can we bring both of our forearms on to our block? Keep your eyes looking forward. So think back to high plank pose right here. Even with your left hip opening out, back is flat, eyes look forward. Maybe rock forwards and backwards. Option to even curl onto your back toes. Deep breath in and out. Bring it all the way back to the center. Lower onto your right knee. From here, go ahead and bring your block long-wise to the center of your mat. We'll go ahead and heel toe our left foot in. TP onto your fingers. Curl onto your back toes. Maybe do this hands-free or hands to your hips. Right foot steps to meet your left. Chair pose. The insides of your feet are squeezing your block. Make sure you can see your toes. Option to even lift your toes. Inhale, hook your left thumb to your hip. Right arm reaches forward. Bend your right elbow. Elbow meets thigh. Notice how your twist on this side feels. Maybe palms come together to touch. Now keep plugging your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe right here you ball your right hand into a fist. Left palm wraps on top. Deep breath in through your nose and out to release. Beautiful job. Inhale, look down towards your feet. Unwind your left hand. Unwind your right arm. Step your right foot back. And bring your block underneath your left hand. Step your left foot back. Asymmetrical plank. This time, left hand on a block, right hand to the ground. Take a couple breaths right here. Notice how this feels. If your shoulders feel uneven, feel free to slide the block out from underneath your left hand. Always an option to lower onto your knees as well. Inhale, glide forward on your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your elbows. Keep them close to your ribs, lower half or all the way. Inhale, heart comes forward for your cobra. Maybe lifting your shins for up dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into downward dog again. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Pause. Make sure both of your hands press evenly into their surfaces. Exhale, crunch. Knee to left shoulder. Hold for your tiger. Can you arch your back up higher to the ceiling? One more count. Inhale. Left leg reaches up and back. And exhale, crunch. Knee to left shoulder. So strong in your hands. Look forward and step your left foot to the inside of your block. Lower onto your right knee, low lunge, inhale. You could start off by lacing your fingers across your left thigh. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. Make sure your right toes are pointed straight to the back. A deep breath in through your nose. Hook your left thumb to your hip. Grow your right arm into a side body stretch. Hand reaches towards the opposite side. Now exhale, spin your heart, find your twist. Right elbow meets your left thigh. Palms touch in prayer. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And at the same time, can you bring your heart center closer to your thumbs? Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Top of your head draws closer to the ceiling. Find a strong diagonal line from your head down to your hips. Now as you breathe out, option to ball your right hand into a fist, left palm wraps on top. Holding for a couple more rounds of breath, option to even curl onto your back toes and lift your right knee. Now we have a strong 90-degree shape to our left leg. Look down at your left foot. Make sure you can see your toes. A deep breath in through your nose and out to release. Beautiful job. Unwrap your left hand. Hand touches down on your block. Unwrap your right arm. Press both of your hands down. Inhale. Sweep your left leg up and back. Down dog splits. Now bend your left knee. Draw circles. Flush out your left leg. Shake your head. Nod your head. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Straighten your left leg again. Hips face the ground. Exhale. Step your left toes to meet your right. Downward dog. Now look towards your fingertips. Can you walk your right hand to the center of your mat? Wrist is in front of your shoulder. Pivot onto the pinky edge of your right foot. Inhale, we find our side plank. Maybe keep a soft bend to your right elbow. Another option is to lower onto your right knee. A deep breath in, keep your head out of your right shoulder. Deep breath out, find a spring. Bend your knees, sit your hips closer to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, come back to your side plank. Exhale, left hand meets the block. Right hand walks back. You're in your asymmetrical plank. Always an option to slide your block out from underneath your left hand. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Let's find a vinyasa. Rock forward on your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower half or all the way down. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Cobra or up dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into down dog again. Maybe again, walk your big toes together to touch. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, right knee to right shoulder. One more count. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, knee to right shoulder. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Right hand grabs your strap, passes it into your left. Lift up into a crescent warrior for one beat. Draw a couple circles with your arms. Lift and lower your right toes a few times. Now exhale, open up to face the center. Legs are both bent, knees point out, horse squat again. Drawing circles with your arms in one direction. Feel free to switch up the direction right here. Your legs are feeling strong. Your spine is long. Can you pull your strap apart in opposite directions just a bit more? Now, top of your next inhale, go ahead and dip to one side of your space, pause. Notice if your shoulders want to shrug towards your ears, soft bend is welcome to your elbows. Exhale, finish the bottom of your circle, and inhale brings you all the way back up. Find a couple more orbits right here. As you exhale, hinging at your hips. As you breathe in, growing tall. Feel free to lift your toes every time as you stand up. We just want to make sure our toes don't feel stiff. More weight is in your heels to fire up in the backs of your legs and your glutes. Beautiful job. Now at this point, maybe you wrap your strap over your knuckles. Bend your elbows, hands to the back of your head. Dip one shoulder towards the same side. Hinge at your hips and lift up. Strong in your circles. Beautiful work. Let's take one more right here. Dipping elbow towards knee, bottom of your circle, and lift back up. Now unwind your strap. Inhale. Straighten out your legs for star pose. Point your toes forward, finding an 11 shape. As you exhale, bend your right knee. Left hand releases from the strap. Set your strap down to the top edge of your mat. Keep your front knee bent. Rest your right forearm on your thigh. Go ahead and look forward. We pivot into a lunge. TP your hands against the ground. Hands are light. Maybe even bring hands to your hips. Big step forward as you exhale. Grab your block. Place it back to its first position at center of your mat. Pivot your toes out. Yogi squat is where we meet. Start off by finding a shimmy from side to side. So second time around, if need be, you can always grab a block and place it underneath your hips. From here, we take a deep breath in through our nose and maybe out through our mouth. As your elbows are pressing against your knees, can you find more openness to your hips? Beautiful job. Let's play around with crow pose. First off, grab both of your blocks. Place them in front of your feet. We build a shelf with our triceps against our thighs. From here, I keep my eyes looking forward and I round in my back. I think back to my tiger crunch. Low belly is very strong. From here, same option. I start to lift my hips. Maybe I walk my feet in back of my blocks. Triceps are a nice strong shelf. Play around with lifting one set of toes, followed by the other. So as long as you keep your eyes looking forward and your back rounded, you're keeping the essence of your posture. Maybe you want to start to lift one set of toes, followed by the other. You can point and flex your toes to make things more interesting. Relax in your face. Deep breath in and out. With control, tap down with one set of toes, followed by the other. Set the block on your right hand side back to its place. Grab the block underneath your left hand. Place it under your hips. We meet in a gargoyle pose again. So toes tap down, knees out wide. Here we can find more openness to our hips. Can we high five our hands closer to the ground? Triceps closer to our ankles. Again, eyes look forward, back is round. Strong shelf with my arms. I can start to rock my weight forward, maybe play around with lifting one set of toes and then the other. Again, feel free to point and flex your toes, maybe even circle out your ankles. Keep breathing into the pose. When you are ready, tap your toes back onto your block. Hands walk forward. Step your feet off your block. Place your block back to the side. Let's reset in our legs. And go ahead and exhale. Send your hips up to the sky, finding your forward fold. Plug your shoulders away from your ears, and then inhale. Sit down and look back forward into your yogi squat. One more count, inhale. Maybe it'll feel nice to punch your hands into fists against the earth. Finding your forward fold, shake your head, nod your head. And go ahead and find your yogi squat again. From here, let's go ahead and find crow pose with no props. This time around, triceps meet our thighs again. Notice how this feels as you're closer to the earth. Keep your eyes looking forward. Lifting your hips, we have a strong shelf with our arms against our legs. And maybe for today, you just want to play around with lifting one set of toes and then the other. And just make sure you keep the rounding to your back. If both sets of toes lift, we start off by pointing our toes and then maybe flexing. Keep breathing into the pose. When you are ready, gentle landing onto your feet. Go ahead and lace your fingers and flip your palms forward. So notice how every variation of crow felt different for your wrists. Let's go ahead and grab our pillow now. Walk your big toes closer together to touch. Hug your pillow between your thighs and low belly. Notice how your shelf starts to change. So now, knees, instead of opening out to opposite sides, our knees are pointed forward. I start off by lifting my hips. I hug my pillow nice and close into my thighs and ribs. Hands touch down. I play around with finding this nice lift with one set of toes followed by the other. Maybe if we take flight with both of our feet, we start with a point and flex. Feel free to even hold your toes still. Just keep your eyes looking forward. Deep breath in and out. With control, gently tap down one foot followed by the other. Set your pillow back to first position. Staying in your yogi squat, feel free to grab a block or bring your fingers to the ground for support. Reach your arms forward. Waddle your feet back, one followed by the other. And if you're using a block, maybe you just press your hand down as your feet walk back. Once your feet have met the back of your mat, hands press down. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Big toes come together to touch. Inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose, arch your back up. One more count, inhale, left leg up and back. And exhale, knee to nose. This time send your knee to your left shoulder, step forward. Onto the tips of your fingers, so strong. Go ahead and walk your left foot to meet your right. Nice narrow chair. Make sure you can see your toes. Inhale, hook your left thumb to your hip. Reaching your right arm long to the opposite side. Find your twist. Elbow meets opposite thigh. Palms touch. Heart center draws closer to your thumb. Neck stays long in your twist, and same option per usual. Maybe ball one hand into a fist and wrap your opposite palm on top. Deep breath in, maybe look down at your toes. Deep breath out, can you sit your hips closer to the ground? Any amount. From here, go ahead and play around with lifting and lowering your right heel. Nice and strong. Warm in your left leg. Can you start to step your right foot back all the way into a low lunge again? Deep breath in through your nose. Inner thighs draw in towards each other. And deep breath out of your mouth. Now bring your left hand to your thigh. Free your right arm. Let's go ahead and pivot to the opposite side, finding a nice reset for our legs. This time we bend our right knee, finding a lunge facing the opposite side. Hands high five to the ground. Inhale, sweep your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, bring both feet together to touch for downward dog. Inhale, bend your knees in opposite directions. Look towards your hands. As you exhale, step or hop your feet in front of your wrists. Soundless landing is key. And we take a seat. Seated butterfly pose. You can bring your peace fingers to rest on your big toes. Deep breath in, grow tall. And deep breath out. Plug your shoulders away from your ears. Beautiful job. Now bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs like you're closing a book. Reach your left arm long. Roll over onto your belly. And facing your props, TP onto your fingers. Baby cobra. And deep breath out, lower down. High five your hands to the ground. Inhale. Press your hip bones down to the mat. Exhale. Zip your belly button in and up. Find your high cobra. Straightening out your arms. Heart draws forward. Exhale. Send your hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Left leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, crunch. Knee to nose. Look forward. Step your left foot forward. Lower onto your right knee. Let's go ahead and scooch our right foot closer to the top edge of our mat, finding a 90-90 with both of our legs. From here, grab both of your blocks. Place them to the outside of your left thigh. You can hook your left thumb to your hip. Inhale, sweep your right arm forward, and it finds the opposite side. Look down at your left knee. Make sure your knee is dipping forward. Can you grab your pillow? Let's go ahead and give our prop a strong hug. So I start off by bending my right tricep into my pillow, and the pillow hugs between my arms and left thigh. I look down at my blocks. Maybe my blocks are shoulder width distance apart, or maybe they want to go just a smidgen wider. As I'm breathing into this twist, can I keep focusing on walking my hands further down to the ground? And maybe palms meet the blocks. Once my fingers or palms have found that happy place on the blocks, I find a bend to my elbows, starting to set up for the shelf that my arms will create. Focus on the natural asymmetry that your triceps have against your pillow. Take a deep breath in. Go ahead and free your hands from your blocks. Set your pillow down to the top edge of your space. You can dip your left knee closer to the front. Let's find our twist with no pillow this time, hands on blocks. Elbows meet your left thigh. Walking your hands closer to your blocks, and again, it's totally fine if your left elbow just hangs free for a bit. And as you start to fold closer to your blocks, left elbow rests against your left thigh. Play around with wiggling your left foot out to your right hand side. From here, can we lift our right knee? Play around with keeping your eyes looking forward. Play around with lifting both sets of your feet. You can keep your knees bent or straighten your legs any amount. Deep breath in through your nose. Maybe your head draws closer to the ground. Deep breath out to release. With control, step one foot to the ground, followed by the other. Let's go ahead and remove both of our blocks now. You can go ahead and point your left toes out and then find a little sway. No props this time. Point your left toes forward. Let's find our twist. Right elbow meets our left thigh. Left elbow comes close to our sit bones. Hands walk forward. Maybe you start off on fingertips. And as you fold your chest closer to the ground, can your left tricep find your left hip? Play around with lifting one foot and the other. Beautiful job. Play around with straightening out your legs, maybe bending your knees. Deep breath in and out to release. With control, touch down with your feet. Go ahead and look towards your pillow. Send your left leg out to the side. Let's find an extended child's pose. Bend your elbows, hands to the back of your head, tricep stretch. Deep breath in, lift your left toes. Deep breath out, lift your heel. Look forward. You can karate chop your hands onto the ground. Press yourself up onto your knees. Send your knees out wide. Sit your hips to your heels. Extended child's pose. Deep breath in through your nose. Cone onto your fingertips. Look towards your hands. Deep breath out to release. Palms pressed down. Reach your left arm long. Roll over onto one side. And then press yourself flat onto your back. Once you land on your back, let's find a hands-free happy baby. Bend your knees towards your shoulders, arms out to a T. Bottoms of your feet face the ceiling. Sway from side to side. Feel a nice massage to your low back. You can play around with straightening one leg and the other as you sway. A deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and send your legs all the way up. Deep breath out. Right leg goes long. Left knee finds a supine twist. Keep both of your shoulders grounded to the earth. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Inhale. Bring yourself all the way back up, straightening out your legs. Exhale. This time left leg goes long. Hand to opposite knee, full circle in your supine twist. And feel this nice release, breathing in through your nose, gentle twist, and deep breath out to release. Top of your next inhale, roll over onto your right side. Bending both of your knees, press yourself up into an easy seat. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for moving and sweating with me. Stay hydrated, enjoy your day, and I will see you all in the next video.